Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Love and Destiny, starring Nini and Chang Chen. And I have made a video about this show on my channel before, but this video is going to be a deep dive on the drama overall and a major theme that I don't like in the drama and that I kind of want to interrogate. So let's get into it. This is a Zanzia drama that came out in 2019. It has 60 episodes. And you can watch it on Viki and you can also watch it on YouTube. So this drama follows Nini's character, who is the daughter of this peach blossom forest owner, and she falls in love with Chang Chen's character, who is the former god of war. He's been entrapped in ice for many years. She touches the ice thing and he melts. I just want to say, the entire 60 episodes centers around the fact that she is soft and at least in my opinion, that she is soft and feminine and he is hard and masculine. And she falls in love with him pretty immediately. He's the former god of war, he's strong, he's handsome, all this kind of stuff. He falls in love with her at her lowest point. When everybody has completely turned against her is when he decides to fall in love with her. And I think that says a lot about what the show is trying to say about masculinity and femininity. Like, when it comes to the yin and yang and balance, it has to be that the feminine always has to be weaker to the masculine. Because, literally, like I said, at her weakest is when he fell in love. When she didn't even know what was going on is when he fell in love. And often, if you think about, like, fairy tales in general, that's how they go. And it made me really uncomfortable. And I watch a lot of Zanzias, but I've never felt such a binary when watching any of my other Zanzias. In this one, it was really, really apparent that was like the main point of their love story. Another thing that made it obvious that this show worked in gender binaries was that there was a character who was a former merman, and in this show, in the mythology, mermen can change gender at will. So this merman was played by a 6-foot model called Na Guangji, and her character was called Shi-san. We meet her in the beginning of the show, and she's presenting as female. We see her as female. She's a woman, right? She's in love with this, with one of the astrologers. He meets her as a man. And they're buddies, they're getting along, they're all that kind of stuff. And then eventually he finds out that, like, she's turned to a woman, and it makes him very uncomfortable. And I'm not saying that he had to, like, allow himself to fall in love with her if he didn't feel so inclined, but I don't like that the show was making a joke of her interest in him. The show was making a joke with the fact that she changed genders for him. It came off transphobic, not gonna lie. And like I said, especially in a show that's working in binaries, it just adds fuel to the fire. And then to make matters worse, by the end of the drama, she completely loses her memory and is a female. And it's at that point that he feels like, I think that he feels that it's solidified, that he decides to take care of her. I'm not going to ignore the fact that the reason why he also decides to do this is because they all go through a war. She fights in that war and dies, and he feels bad, but simultaneously he's now become the soft man that he was always kind of supposed to be for her. And I found it interesting that he could only actually experience his true feelings or actually exhibit true feelings when, again, she's at her weakest point. That's my whole point. It all goes back to the fact that the men in this show, for the most part, have to fall in love with the women at the weakest point. That's my problem. That's what I don't like about it. And those are two major couples that I want to point out when talking about that. Let me know if you've watched Love and Destiny in the comments below. Let me know what you think about what I've just said. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.